Now, the pages turn to 1994. The World Cup in the United States. The world was catching its breath. Nelson Mandela had just become the president of South Africa after decades in prison, marking the official end of apartheid. Yet, just weeks before the opening ceremony, the globe was plunged into mourning by the sudden, tragic death of Formula One legend Ayrton Senna on the racetrack. Amidst these shifting tides of hope and grief, football stepped onto a land that called it soccer, not football. For us back home, this tournament had a completely different vibe because the games were on the other side of the world. Due to the time difference, we had to stay up all night. It was summer, and just for the love of football, we kids were actually allowed to stay awake until sunrise. It was the best feeling ever. The silence of the night, the TV volume turned way down so we wouldn't wake anyone up, and watching a brand of football that felt way more modern, Hollywood-esque, and vibrant than ever before. The American pitches looked so lush and green, it felt like they were playing on pure velvet. For me, the tournament truly began with the resurgence of Argentina. They brought an incredibly lovable squad and played two breathtaking, beautiful matches against Greece and Nigeria. Everyone was convinced this Argentina team was destined to lift the trophy. I still get goosebumps thinking about Maradona's brilliant goal against Greece and his wild, passionate scream right into the camera lens. It felt as though he was screaming back at all the ghosts of 1990. But right in the middle of that dream, their momentum was shattered by a lightning-fast shock, Maradona's doping scandal. I'll never forget the image after the Nigeria game when a nurse in a white uniform walked onto the pitch, took Diego by the hand, and led him away. At that moment, it felt like the soul of football had left Argentina forever. Shattered by the heartbreak, they never recovered and crashed out. USA '94 was also the tournament of giants falling and underdogs rising. Who could have guessed that West Germany, the defending champions and that notorious football machine, would be stopped in their tracks by Bulgaria? Led by Hristo Stoichkov, the Bulgarians stunned the proud Germans and sent them packing. On the other side, a fantastic Sweden team, rocking their vibrant yellow jerseys, ripped up the script. Led by the brilliance of Thomas Brolin and a young Henrik Larsson, they put on an unexpected, phenomenal run, fighting all the way to a third-place finish. Nobody gave them a chance on paper, but they won everyone's hearts. Of course, this was also the tournament of the divine ponytail, Roberto Baggio. With his iconic hairstyle and golden touch, Baggio single-handedly carried Italy on his back all the way to the final. Every time Italy got stuck in the knockout stage, Baggio would rescue them like a savior descended from above. But the darkest, most horrifying chapter of this World Cup belonged to Colombia. Pelé had tipped them as tournament favorites, but the squad was suffocated by death threats from the Medellin drug cartels. During their match against the USA, Andrés Escobar, the gentlemanly, soft-spoken Colombian defender, dived to block a cross, but the ball deflected into his own net. Colombia was eliminated, and the terrified players returned home. Less than 10 days later, Escobar was cornered in a parking lot in Medellin. Cartel thugs fired 6 bullets into his body. The bitterest detail is that the killer reportedly shouted "GOL" after every single shot. That night, football reminded us of how cruel, dirty, and terrifying it can become when entangled with the madness of illegal betting and the dark shadow of the mafia. Yet amidst the darkness, Brazil had awakened once again, built on a devastating attacking duo, Romario and Bebeto. Bebeto's famous "Rock the Cradle" celebration against the Netherlands to celebrate his newborn son became one of the most enduring, deeply human images in World Cup history. And then came the final. Brazil versus Italy. After a grueling match in the scorching, near 100-degree California afternoon heat, it went to penalties. And oh, what a cruel twist of fate. The final penalty for Italy rested on the shoulders of the very men who had single-handedly brought them there, Roberto Baggio. He stepped up, shot, and the ball flew high into the sky. In that exact moment, the camera locked onto Baggio. Standing there, head bowed, hands on his hips, just staring at his own shadow. Brazil became champions after 24 years, but the world didn't remember the Brazilian joy as much as it remembered Baggio's profound loneliness and grief in that final frame. An image that perfectly showed how football can bring a hero to his knees in a single second.